Hey everyone, let us discuss finding missing number problem. In this problem, you'll be given an array of size n minus 1, which are filled with non-repetitive numbers from 1 to n. So in an array of size n minus 1, you can only fill n minus 1 element. So one of the numbers between 1 to n is missing in the array. So one simple thing is you just need to find which among 1 to n is not present. So what I can do is I can take 1 and check if 1 is present. I can take 2 and check if 2 is present, and so on till I find one number that is missing. So for I is equal to 0, 1 to n, check if I is present in array, right? So what is the time complexity for this approach? So as you can see here, for every possible value of I am checking the entire array. So checking in the array itself will take order of n. So I'm doing it in fact order of n minus 1, but you can take it as order of n. I'm doing it for n times, so the overall time complexity is order of n square, isn't it? So this is a naive approach. What happens in interviews is you actually have to come down with a better solution, a better optimized solution in terms of time and space complexity. So let's see how we can reduce the time complexity a bit. So let's see what is the drawback in the previous approach. So for I is equal to 1 to n, we are checking if I is present, but to check if I is present, we are again taking order of n. That takes the time complex to order of n square, overall time complexity. So what you can do, you have to somehow try to reduce the time taken to check if a particular element is present in the array. So thinking this way will actually give you some idea why we need to use something like hash set, because in an hash set lookup takes order of 1. So I can pretty much use a hash set so that I can check if an element is present in a constant time. So let's see that hash set of size n is used. Okay, so for I is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so to have a proper lookup in the hash set, first I need to add all elements to my set, right? So the first loop will be the logic to add all my elements into the hash set. So we'll add all the elements, add e of I to hash set, right? So now we have added all the elements in the hash set. Now it's time to check if any element from 1 to n is missing. Check if I is present. If not, return I. All right. So as you can see here, in the first for loop, we are just adding the elements which is order of n, and which is actually a order of n minus 1, because we are adding n minus 1 elements, which is again equal to order of n. So in the next loop, we are checking if I is present for I from 1 to n. So lookup takes constant time order of 1, and we are doing it for n times, so it is order of n. So the overall time complexity is of this approach is order of n, and we are using additional space, right, which is the hash set. So space complexity is order of n. So this looks like a good trade-off, because using a hash set of size n, you are able to bring down the time complexity from order of n squared to order of n. So most of the interviewers will try to push you to even reduce the time complexity and space complexity if it is possible. At least they would like you to think if there is any possibility of optimization. So sometimes mathematical approaches, they are very effective in terms of reducing, in terms of optimization. Let's see one approach which you can use in this particular problem. So let's take an example. Let's say I'm taking array of size 4, which means out of 1 to 5, one number is missing. Let's say 1, 3, 4, and 5. I have 5 missing. So ideally, what should have been my array? If all elements are present, this is the case, right? So I just need to figure out that 2 is not present in the array. I have the information of what are the elements present. I have the information of what elements I need to have. So by seeing it intuitively, you can get some idea, right? If you subtract this particular sum of all these elements minus sum of all these elements, you will end up getting 2, right? So let's see. For I is equal to, okay, in fact, you can actually use the formula to compute sum of all n natural numbers. Sum n is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. Or you can also use a for loop which takes order of n. Now sum n minus 1, sum actual. So actual sum is sum of all the elements in the input array. So it's like for I is equal to 0 to n minus 2, because n minus 1 elements are present, so indexes range from 0 to n minus 1. Sum is equal to sum plus e of I, right? Now we just have to return sum of n numbers minus sum actual, right? So in this case also, are you using any additional space? We are just using one single variable which is not increasing based upon inputs, right? It doesn't depend on n. So if inputs are 10 or 20 or 30, we are just using single variable. So you're using only a constant additional space, right? Order of 1 of space. And time complexity is you're iterating this loop for n minus 1 times, which is order of n. So it is order of n time order of 1 space. Okay. So even here actually indexing is like, okay, n minus 2. Okay. So in this problem, it is pretty easy to get this intuition, but there can be some other problems where you can use more and more mathematical formulas, to get the output. So yeah, thanks for watching.